Hello and welcome to Whiskey Resource. My name is Mark. This is review number 38 and I'm reviewing this fella here. It's a single malt whiskey from Glenfarclas. You probably don't recognise this particular colour if you're in the UK unless you're a big Glenfarclas fan, because this is the 8-year-old. So I've taken a step back. I was reviewing 12s. I will be reviewing the 12-year-old Glenfarclas at some point in the near future, but I thought I'd just get the 8-year-old out of the way since I've already done the 10. So the 8-year-old, yeah, it's not a whiskey intended for the British market. You can only really pick this up in Europe. It's intended for the European market. I actually contacted Glenfarclas quite a while ago, and when I was looking to track this down, asking if there was anybody that sold it in the UK, and they said you may be able to get it, have a look around, but it's not intended for the UK market, so as such it would be a re-import. I actually picked this one up online via eBay. Sorry, not eBay, Amazon. Apologies. Off Amazon, there was a, I think it's a Dutch-based retailer was selling in on Amazon.co.uk, and I think it was somewhere in the region of £30 plus some delivery costs on top. Master of Malt just recently were selling this as well. They were selling for £30 with free delivery, but they're out of stock for that now. So the price I'm going on for this is £30. Well, that is approximately £2.95 more. Oh, sorry, £2.95 less than the 12-year-old. No, the 10-year-old rather. Oh God, I'm all over the place. £2.95 more than the 10-year-old. 10. I can't get my words out today. I really can't. It's late. Okay, let's start again. This retails around £30, which is £2.95 cheaper than the 10-year-old retails for. That's £32.95 for that. It is bottled at 40% ABV, which is the same as the 10-year-old. It is natural colour. It says so on the back of the bottle. They don't say anything on the bottle or the tin about chill filtration. Likewise, the same for the 10. But as I mentioned in my video for the 10, no Glenfarclas is chill filtered. They just don't mention it. So like I did for the 10-year-old, I'll have to dock points still, because all whiskies have to treat the same. So if a whiskey doesn't mention chill filtration, or can't find any facts on their website with the product, it has to be docked. Now we know it's not chill filtered, but still, I had to keep everything the same. So the 10-year-old had a average value score based on the age, chill filtration, colour, ABV, and that received 88.21. This receives 85.25. So you can imagine, for that £2.95 differential in price, and the fact that this is not intended for the UK market, it doesn't come off as good as it could do if it was on sale in the UK market. And I could imagine it would probably price point between £25 and £28 if this was to be on sale. And Glenfarclas, put this on sale in the UK, please put it on sale in the UK, because just because it's 8-year-old doesn't mean people aren't going to want to buy it. They will, and people who like Glenfarclas are buying it anyway. Although right now the only place I've seen it advertised on a quick search there was on Amazon, and it was getting sold for £53. 53 quid. So it is sherry matured like all of the Glenfarclas core range, and this is basically, it's a progression step. So you can pick up the 8-year-old, have a glass of the 10, the 12, the 15, the 17, the 18, the 21, the 25. You can see a progression of the sherry influence, and then as you get into the older whiskies, the cask influence as well. So there is the UK import sticker that's just been put on there. So this whiskey I've had about half the bottle of, and I do enjoy it. There we go. I'm a Glenfarclas fan. I do enjoy Glenfarclas. So, on the nose. The sherry influence isn't as intense as you imagine on an 8-year-old. It is fresh. It's a bit green. Honey. It's a sweet honey. A vanilla sweet honey. It's quite floral. Malty. It's a little bit earthy as well. I would say the fruits, there's a bit of citrus, a bit of apple and pear on the palate. Okay, so it's fruity, it's sweet, not overly sweet. I think there's as much bitterness going on in the palate there as there is sweetness. There's apple certainly, a little bit of pear, vanilla, touch of milk chocolate, a little bit of spice. There's a bit of toffee, caramel, and then it gets a bit spicy towards the finish. But at the same time, the kind of the textural sensation as you drink it, it's definitely not full bodied. It's quite watery, not really oily. There's a decent amount of legs on there, but it's not particularly oily. There's no mouthfeel, and I don't like that term, but there's no mouthfeel. I enjoy it. I do enjoy it. That's my personal preference. If I can pick the bottle up again for, if Master and Malt have it back in for £30 free delivery, I'd pick a bottle up. I'm not in a hurry to pick a bottle up. I've got half a bottle left. That should last me another year at the rate I drink that. I have it as an occasional drink. Every now and again I'll just fancy one, because it is a lighter, refreshing, easygoing, beginner, gateway malt. There are better gateway malts. I reviewed some recently, but this one is a decent one to look at if you're looking for sub £30 budgets, really, which this just fits into. As an overall score, then we're probably looking at something like an 84. I think it would be fair to say it's an 84 for overall. I would just wish two things with this. I wish they would sell it in the UK, and I wish they would just put a statement on to say that it was non-chill filtered. That's it, really. I'd just like them to do that, because we all know it. You might as well tell us and get done with. That's it. So that's review number 38, all done and dusted. So the schedule then, I will probably be dropping from 2 videos a week to 1, with the exception of the first Friday of the month, which is going to be a special limited whiskey. I may well do 2 of those a month, so I'll probably do one on the first Friday, and then the third Friday of the month I might do one, because I do have a few special whiskies that I want to get through and put them on. So my regular whiskey reviews will probably be a Wednesday from now on. I might do the odd Sunday review as well, but probably just Wednesdays for the time being. And then first Friday of the month, which is next week, is the first Friday, so I'll be putting a special review out then. And then, as I say, probably every couple of weeks doing another special review. And then when there's things taking place, I may do reviews for them. But that's it for the moment. Sorry, dragged on a little bit. Laters.